It's essentially just to, of course, light the actors, make sure that they are seen, and as well as show a specific mood in the scene or in the story.
The lighting designer, it's their job to establish the visual tone of the film, or often, or like the stage production. Like, obviously, we also have the important job of making it so the camera can actually see anything. That's priority one, but it's also very much on us to establish like a tone. Like, a lot in this series, we had times where I would light something in a way that was really cool, and the director's like, "No, that looks like a Netflix murder documentary. We have to do something brighter than that." So that's a big part of lighting design, is helping the mood. My favorite thing about lighting design is probably getting to light something really creatively, like getting to like figuring out a way to light something that looks super cool in a way you wouldn't expect. Like, basically anytime I get to light something with really harsh lights and make it look like a noir movie, now we're cooking with oil, you know.
Shadows and reflections for sure, because one, shadows are hard because you need to see the actors, and reflections because if the camera picks up that there's a light that's not supposed to be in the scene, then that makes it difficult.
The hardest part about lighting design is getting it all set up in time with the equipment you have. Because you always know you could do a little bit better if you had a little bit more time and just like one or two more lights, maybe a couple gels, maybe a whole truck full of lights. You're like, guys, this could be really good if I just had all this. So you gotta like kind of learn to deal with what you have, and play the cards that you're dealt with. One of my favorite ones to like was probably 13, because that was one of the ones where I got to be a bit more creative with like the lighting and how it falls on the actors' faces, and like get to do a little bit more than just light space so the camera can see it. Try and be more efficient with lighting, because again, it's so easy just to tinker with lights the whole time, but you gotta power through and get stuff done quickly, especially on a web series like this where there's a limited time frame.
Just like how quickly film actually takes. Like, just film is just boom, boom, boom. Everything is so structured and so organized in that sense. Well, for example, I designed the lights for Blithe Spirit at USUE, and there's two ghosts in it, and how I told the story of when the ghosts were in the area is I would change the lights depending on the ghost. So Elvira was blue, and then Ruth was red, and so I would change the lights depending on which ghost was in the room at the moment. And if they were both in the room, then it was purple. And so that's sort of how I really enjoy telling the story through like characters and mood of the room.
Um, I mean, you can use lighting design to tell so many stories. Because again, it's all about the mood you establish with those lights. Like right now, we have these two lights set up. I mean, I set these up, and the story we're trying to tell something nice and relaxing because we have this very soft white light on me, so I don't look threatening. But we could totally tell a different story without me saying anything differently if I had just put like a very harsh light right here, and it like would go up this way, and I'd look like I was telling like ghost stories at like a campfire. Spooky. So that like lighting is really helps decide exactly what tone of story you're telling.